Hey guys, welcome to the Solos Post. My name is Rob,
My name is Joel, the light side guy.
and today we have some interesting, awesome news. Take it away, Joel. Lead it on.
So we're gonna talk about Boba Fett, right? So
Yes.
as we all know, it's a new series coming to Star Wars, and coming to Disney Plus this year.
Yeah.
We have some information about it,
Yeah.
and we also know that um, there's some speculation about is this going to be season 3 for Mandalorian or is it going to be
No.
a total new series?
So I'm gonna hit on that. No, guys, it is not gonna be the Mandalorian season three. It is not. Mandalorian season three got confirmed. There is gonna be a separate season for that. And
Hmm.
Book of Boba Fett is its own thing. It's its own entity. So they are going to be talking about basically how he is now taking over Jabba's rule, and he's going to be basically in charge of all criminal activity in Tatooine. So I think that's pretty awesome. I think that's gonna lead a new chapter, a new wave, especially us seeing Tatooine playing a big role, like with Darth Maul, Anakin, it being even Qui Gon. Um, I'm excited to see what is coming out of this. I am excited to see the missions that are gonna happen. I think that's more what I'm excited for. The missions and
That for sure.
and just in general what they're trying to conquer, what it is that they're trying to do.
I think it's cool, like you said, right? So like him having that now criminal empire,
Yeah.
now that he's taken over Jabba's sanctuary on Tatooine.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be really, really cool. We're going to see a lot of new things. I think there's a lot of new things to come. Maybe they'll incorporate the things that they had planned for his movie that they were going to do. So if you guys don't know, in 2013, there was speculation. There was I don't know if you want to say formal announcement or something like that. They were talking about doing a Boba Fett movie.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember that actually, now that you mention it. Yeah.
so it was supposed to be something similar to Solo or Rogue One.
Yeah, it was a
Um,
standalone. It was a standalone movie.
yep, and
That
it was gonna involve like I think around the original trilogy or something like that.
Yeah, it was gonna go based off the original trilogy, kind of like to bring him back and kind of reprise his role. But I guess now, since we have the Mandalorian, that kind of took that
Well,
away.
in 2018 is when they scrapped the film.
Right.
So in 2018 they scrapped the film, and they decided to go a different route with it. And now we understand a little bit about where they're going with this Mandalorian series, where they're going with the Book of Boba Fett, and maybe we'll get a Book of Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get that later on in this down the road.
I think we will, just because she is trying to get the hair of the Mandalore back, kind of trying to roll that again, as we saw in the Mandalorian. She
Well, she doesn't have the blade, so
No, that's what I'm saying. That's her goal, is to get that blade, so now that the Mandalorian has it, that's gonna make her challenge a little bit harder. So I don't know, like maybe she will get her own show, but at the same time too, she is supposed to be in Ahsoka. She does fall in that part where she is in Ahsoka and also the Mandalorian, because now remember, that's her goal, is to get the dark saber. So I think she's gonna play a pivotal part in the Mandalorian season three, especially.
yeah.
So I'm
I,
I'm,
I
I'm
hope
excited for that.
I hope we can get. I mean, from what we knew about that movie that was going to probably come out,
Yeah.
he was going to be batched with different types of bounty hunters. So
Well, it was supposed to be
hopefully we
kind of
get
like,
that.
well, that was the thing. We were supposed to even get, I don't know if you remember, back in the early 2000s, we had Boba Fett, the bounty hunter game. We had that, and they were supposed to kind of bring the video game itself back, and they didn't bring it back. The thing what they did bring back was Battlefront 2, but then they changed the
Mm.
concept of that, which kind of was all over the place.
That
So,
that makes sense. Okay.
so yeah,
I mean,
I
hopefully
mean,
get some new content.
yeah, I'm excited for that. I really am praying that they take off with that, because again, guys, if you remember, that was one of Darth Maul's that was one of his plans, was to take over Tatooine. This was before the Clone Wars. that was his one of his early ideas was trying to take over Tatooine, and as we know, that did not work out. He
Yep.
got chopped, guys. Just so you know,
Yep.
and he did get chopped. So with that being said, yeah, we're just looking for that. I'm excited to see what route they go with the Book of Boba Fett. I think him taking that throne of Jabba, I think is going to be pretty interesting. As we saw, he kind of sits in that chair after the post credits of the Mandalorian season 2, and he's like, I'm ready to go. Let's go. Like I'm ready. I'm here. This is it. We're starting, and I think it's going to be cool. Like I said, with those missions, I think we're going to see a lot of those missions.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're gonna get some cool stuff. Yeah, man, that's some good news. And I mean, the best part about it, it's not season 3 of Mandalorian.
Yes, it's
So
not.
that's
And we're
a-
happy. Yeah, I mean,
I'm happy. No, I'm happy. But no, like the way it left off, a lot of people were like,
You
okay,
thought,
Grogu's gone. Now, like, oh, we're gonna now see a season 3 of him, might be, and it might not. No, guys, like we're most likely gonna see Moff Gideon.
again, we'll see him again.
Yeah, we'll see him again. We're gonna see all that. He's not dead. We're gonna see
No,
Bo-Katan. We know Mando has the lightsaber, so we know a lot of stuff is gonna have to happen. So we will see Baby Grogu eventually. Again, we spoke about it before. Disney's not gonna let that product fail. No way.
no. I mean, and I think like kind of like we spoke on one of our last on that when we were touching on that topic with Baby Grogu. I think he definitely has to play a part with the school that Luke was starting up, and I check this out. I really believe he did meet Ben Solo. I really believe he met him.
It
I
could
believe
be.
they. I really believe they were, and I feel like this is all gonna kind of intertwine, and it's gonna make it really interesting where we see that. And because if you guys remember, I think it was the Last Jedi where we saw those images, or even some in the Force Awakens too. We saw the images of Luke Skywalker when we saw the foreshadow of his Jedi school, burning down, and I think Grogu plays a big part in that. And I think, like you said, they're going to take advantage of Baby Grogu with that and make him a bigger character because I don't think that he ends up dying off. I think that he ends up being he's going to end up being a pivotal character. I think going forward as well. I
Yeah,
think
I
they
think
have
we
an
might
idea
see
for
him.
him.
We might see him in Ahsoka. We might see him in other stuff. So,
Yeah,
again, these are things that we're anticipating.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, so that's a little bit about what we know about Boba Fett, the Book of Boba. What else? What else stuff we got today, man?
So some other stuff which I think is pretty cool we'll be talking about is the Bad Batch. Let's get into
So
that.
this
I know
is
you're
this
excited
is
for
this
that.
is my thing.
Yes, yes, this is your thing. But guys, listen, at the end of the day, we're here to give every content on everything that's
Yeah, yeah,
coming out,
yeah.
just so you guys are in the know. So some of the things we are really excited for. The Book of Boba we are excited for, but I think the Bad Batch is the one that everybody's really excited for.
I mean, I think is the first show we get. So,
Yeah, yeah,
um,
that's definitely why too.
yeah, I think that's another reason why. And if you're a fan of Clone Wars and you're a fan of all those shows, I mean, I'm telling you guys, like, again, the art, the way they did it, the way they set them up.
Yeah, it
I
was good.
know it was short. I know it was short. But it was
I mean,
something for
it was a
me
good
that was
episode.
lived. I felt like, oh, I fell in love with them right away.
Yeah.
Um, I fell in love with Hunter, with Tech, with Wrecker, Crosshair. Oh man, these guys are great.
Yeah,
By the way, I ended up buying Wrecker's helmet, so that
I
should be
can't wait to
coming in
see
the mail
that.
soon.
Yeah, I
But
can't wait to see that, dude.
yeah. Next purchase is gonna be Tech. I need to get his helmet.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I mean, let's go into it a little bit,
Yeah,
talking
for
about
sure.
it. So, we do know the Bad Batch is taking place post Clone Wars, which is really exciting. Um, we're just excited for the missions that they're going to be doing and just seeing what it's like to see clones, after the post Clone War, Order 66. So that's going to be really interesting. Joel, like, give us your insight, dude. Like, what are you thinking like is going to happen? What do you think their missions are going to be like? What do you
Oh, for
think? How do you
sure.
think the galaxy is going to treat them?
For sure. So I've been doing a little bit of research and I've been looking around and doing that stuff. But I personally believe that we're gonna start seeing side missions.
Yes,
We're
that's what
gonna
I
start
feel like it's going to
seeing.
be more.
We're gonna see secret ops missions. We're gonna start seeing maybe behind the scenes with Captain Rex and all these different guys. Um, I believe that we're gonna start seeing storylines about them,
Yeah,
and maybe flashbacks to when and how they became the Bad Batch.
yeah,
They gave a little bit of an insight. They gave a little bit of who they were and why they became, but they didn't really give too in depth. So
yeah,
I would like to see that. And again, for them to be a screwed up group that is so precise.
yeah.
For me, that's how I see it.
No, it is.
They're so imperfect to be perfect. So like they have
The,
so many imperfections, but they're so
the
good.
name does go with
You know, what I mean, like, so it's just so good. You know, like
them. Like,
what they're.
what do you? One of my questions to you is that, and I know you have more to say. You think they'll
Mhm.
work with it? You think they'll work with Ahsoka? You think that they'll be? You think we'll see Ahsoka in the Bad
In the
Batch?
show.
Yeah. Even though we saw her drop her saber and kind of put it away, but do you think that we'll see that? We'll see her in the Bad
No,
Batch?
I want to say no, but then I also have a side of me where I want to see them live action.
Yeah.
So
That would be dope, dude. If they bring them live action, that would be really dope.
that's the
That's why
only
I ask you
reason I
that.
would like. That's the only reason I would like to see Ahsoka in it.
Yeah.
I would love to see Ahsoka in it just because of that. So
So you're
like,
so you're saying not in Bad Batch. You're saying them come to Ahsoka, not Ahsoka go to Ahsoka.
I don't think they would be in like if Ahsoka's like a 3 season series,
Right.
a 3 season series. Yeah. So if they were in like one of those seasons, like
Hmm.
coming out, it would be awesome. But with Order 66 and all of that, I know that they're gonna involve that into into the show.
Right.
Um, so we're gonna see if they were even affected by that.
Yeah, like that's my thing. Like, were they even affected? Because we do know they are clones still. Well, I mean, we know they weren't. I don't think they really were. I mean, I know we saw.
They were clones. They were for sure clones, but they were screwed up in the batch. That's why
Yes.
they call it that way.
Yeah. So I don't think I mean I just yeah I do want to see how Order 66 is going to treat them. I do think they're going to have a lot of
Do you think they
mishaps.
turn? You think they turn?
Nah, I don't think so. I think they stay in
I
the
don't think
same
they
route
turn.
that I don't think so. I think they stay in the same route that they're going. I think, like you said, they will have flashbacks. I do believe that maybe we'll have an episode of kind of one of them might turn, might think of turning, where a switch is kind of hit, one of their battles, where one of them kind of turns on them for kind of an episode and then they kind of
Yeah.
come back. That I see happening as an episode, but I think they'll stay straight. I just think it's
Okay.
going to be more of a side mission show, which I'm excited for.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of stuff happening, and they're gonna give us some information that's for sure from what we know is going to have to
Yeah,
do with the live action,
yeah,
and that's my hope is that we see them live action again. I've been dying to see clones
in a live
for a
action.
while, and
Yeah,
for a while, like again, we've seen it in the movies and stuff like that, but to
yeah,
see Rex, to see all these guys live action would be awesome.
yeah. I think it would be really interesting to see them in live action, especially with. I think they would be awesome to see them with Ahsoka again. I think that would really really be cool. Um, how do you think Maul plays into this though?
Oh man, I
Because
don't think
remember,
he's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna be in the show.
I think he might have a part. I think he might play because remember he went into kind of like a hiding. He kind of took some of those clones. If I'm not mistaken, he took some. He had he had a group of clones. He had a group
Yeah,
of
so
clones. He left. So he might have his own little army. That might be a time that they kind of go back and forth. You know.
I feel like they're gonna. I feel like they're gonna just be. It's gonna be solely focused on them flashbacks, their war, their ops, um, and then I think it might lead into a prediction of maybe there'll be a live action version of them.
So you're saying so you're
But I don't think
thinking
it's
that
going to include that. I think it's going to include more of the Republic. I think it's going to include more of Palpatine. It's going to
that's what I was
include
gonna
all
say.
of that. It's not going to include anything with him, even
You
though
don't
we
think
know that
Maul?
he's around. But I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's going to include that now.
Who knows? He might go to Tatooine. He might go to he might go back to Tatooine. and that might play. I don't know. We gotta see what happens with that. That's some news to go over. But yeah, no,
For
I'm
sure.
excited for that. I'm definitely excited for that route that the Bad Batch is going. I definitely want to see if they do have some flashbacks. I want to see some flashbacks like from the Clone Wars. I would like to see that, like maybe like moments with like Anakin. You know, maybe one of them was with Anakin or Ahsoka or
I,
Obi
I,
Wan.
they had so little time. I mean, the last two episodes or last episode,
Yeah,
um, they had so little time with him. You know what I mean? Like Captain Rex with Echo. So like, it's just
but
one of those
remember they're
situations.
clones, so their mind. They're all together. They might. You never.
But
I don't know.
that's the difference between them and the regular clones. They're not
Yeah,
attached. They're not attached like the rest of them. That's what makes them so cool to me. That
yeah,
they're kind of their own beings. They're their own people. Like even though we all know that all the clones are kind of the way, but
yeah,
this is original. This is an original thing.
yeah.
Um, Thank you, writers. Thank you, creators, for this because I'm falling more and more in love with these characters, not even knowing who they really are yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome. I can't wait to for it to come out. It's coming out, I think, in February, if I'm not mistaken.
Um, so I don't know the exact date.
Okay.
Um, we
I
know
knew I
we know that it's coming out. They haven't. I don't think they announced the date yet.
all right, all right.
Yeah,
Well, we will get that to you guys the moment it is announced.
yeah. From what I know is that it's coming before the Mandalorian, and we know that. I'm sorry, it's coming before the Book of Boba,
Yeah,
um, and we know that it's gonna have to do post.
yeah.
It's gonna be post
Clone
Clone
Wars.
Wars.
Yeah,
Um, and of course, like we might get Ahsoka, we might get Anakin, we
yeah.
might get Captain Rex. I
I
think
think
we
we're gonna
might.
get some Vader. I think we're definitely getting Vader, hands down.
I think we're gonna get a lot of Captain Rex, guys. So if you're a fan of his,
Yeah,
we're for sure gonna get that. Um, Guys, if you guys have a favorite character from the Bad Batch, please comment down below. Let us know who it is and why. Again, we would love to hear it. We would love to hear what's why you like them and what's so cool about these clones compared to all the other clones that you've seen before. I mean, you
yeah.
see all of them on Rob's shirt, right?
There you go. Right here, there, here. No, but yeah, guys, we're excited, and let us know down below. Who. Let us know like what show you're more intrigued to see. Are you intrigued to see more of the Book of Boba or the Bad Batch? Because that is the 2021 two top shows right now for Star Wars that they're going to show. So if you had to pick which one out of the two would you pick? Let us
Yeah, for
know.
sure. Um, well, just going down. I really like Tech as that. He's one of my favorite guys.
Yeah,
And Wrecker. I just like the way they look. Wrecker is kind of like that big dummy. But I really like the way his whole fit is. And then Tech, he has a very unique helmet outfit. And he's a very intellectual character, and I think he's going to give a different type of thing. Again, breaking down the characters is awesome for me,
yeah,
But yeah, we don't know the exact date of when the release is, um, but I think it's going to be one of the cool series.
yeah,
And again,
definitely.
it might be just a one off, but hopefully is a one off that makes sense, and we can see them live action.
Yeah, I got that's what I was gonna ask you before. Like, do you think it'll be like a one-off, but like it'll lead into like them being in one of the series?
Um, like I said, I think it is. I think
Okay.
it's. Listen. I hope it is because honestly, that's one of my things. Like I want to see a live action Captain Rex.
Yeah, I think that that's something a lot of the fans have
I
been waiting
want
for.
and although like Bad Batch would be cool with it, I think Captain Rex would be a really cool. I mean, that's a fan favorite. A
Yeah.
lot of people like Captain
So
Rex.
you're saying for him to have his own show?
Maybe not have his own show, but definitely appear in Ahsoka.
I think so.
Maybe
I
as a
mean,
flashback. Maybe as a flashback.
well, that's why I was asking you before. I mean, I definitely would see them playing a role with, especially Captain Rex with Ahsoka. I definitely think we should at least see him at least in one episode. But then again, we want a lot of people in a lot of these episodes, so in these series. So See what happens.
Yeah. And again, all these series are going to be intertwined together. So
Yeah,
whether it's an animated or even a live action film
one leads up to
or
the other.
series, they're all going to intertwine. They are really pushing this Marvel MCU type of branding
Yeah, you could
into the
tell.
Star Wars universe. Guys, I don't have a problem with that. I want to see that. I am I am tired of seeing films. I'm not going to say their names, but I'm tired of seeing films that they rush and they don't come out good.
Yeah,
And they don't make sense. So in the comic book world, we all know that the MCU has planned out, has well, Disney in general has planned out and done things in such a great way and timelined in such a great way that if the fact that they're doing it with Star Wars is really, really intriguing to everybody and really building that fan base. Again, I I know there's people watching right now our channel that just got in it because of the Clone Wars. I know that there's people right now,
yeah,
Rob, that are watching, personally speaking, because they saw Mandalorian.
yeah,
Like, and that's cool. That's okay. And to be honest with you, great. Like, if you can watch the old movies and fall in love with it, that's awesome. If
yeah.
you end up being just like, hey, I can't fall in love with it. There's some
I
things
just
that
think
are
it's
just too slow.
time. I
And you
just
know
think it's
what?
time.
It's okay. It's honestly okay. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody likes prod racing. You know what I mean? But personally, I think it was pretty cool in that film. Um,
Yeah,
and and in other films, you know what I mean? Like, they don't like seeing these standalone toys standing there, and then they have to add these effects. But like, that's okay with me. Storylines that are slow, that's okay with me. If you don't like it, that's your
well,
job.
that's
That's
what
what you
that's
do. You know
that,
what I
well,
mean?
at the end of the day, remember, these are cinematic movies. These are, grand, that's why you have like a grand orchestra playing, a lot of the Star Wars music, because they're very cinematic type movies. They're for those long stretches. It's a story. That's what Star Wars is. It's a story. You're telling a
And
story.
and with the Bad Batch and with all these other shows that are coming out on Disney Plus, guys, know that there is something coming to the Star Wars universe, to the Star
Yeah.
Wars platform for movies that is really you're gonna forget about the last three movies that came out.
Oh, hands down, they want to
You're
erase it.
gonna
We
they're
already
gonna
know that.
you're gonna
They want to
like,
erase it.
of course we're gonna have fans that are probably not gonna forget, but we're gonna forget a lot of those things. We're gonna start in an era where you're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna have of course older
What the
people saying,
well,
hey, like back in the days, back when I was kid, but now those are gonna be like the one like, whoa, we never got to see something like this before. And now to see it at this level and see it at this intensity and to see the way it's scripted and see the way the CGI, I mean, it's gonna be insane. And to see Thrawn come and maybe
in
be
this,
such a cinematic a picture, to
yeah,
be maybe to be even Vader like on a film, that'd be great.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that would be awesome. I mean, that's to see him again. We spoke on this in the last video we had. Thrawn is a big character, and to see him, it would just be amazing. It would really be amazing because he was such a big part, especially in Rebels. It would be awesome to see him.
And guys, a lot of people think he died and all that stuff. He's hiding. He's hiding in the Outer Rim. He's this is my speculation at least. He's
Yeah,
hiding in
no,
the
I
outer.
agree. I
He's
agree.
hiding in the
I
outer
don't think
rim,
he's dead. I think that's why again,
recuperating his troops.
why would he get hired? Why would Lars Mikkelsen get hired to reprise his role on Ahsoka? Means something.
And
Just
and you know
saying.
what? Again, my speculation is that he's on the outer rim.
Yeah.
He was recuperating his people, his troops, and he's gonna
He's
try to
getting his
take.
army, dude. He's getting his
He's
army
yeah,
ready.
he's gonna try to take over everything. It's not like, oh, I have somebody controlling me. No, he's gonna try to either wait it out or he's gonna try to control everything. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the type of character he is anyway. So
Yeah, and I think we'll get all that in Ahsoka. So I mean, I'm excited for the route this is all going. I mean, I know we dived into a little bit of Ahsoka, but going to
well,
the
because
Bad
she's in the
Batch.
Bad Batch, right? So like, we
Yeah,
all know her from there, from the Clone Wars and all that stuff too. So
yeah. I mean, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a good direction. Like I said, I think that they'll end up. I think they'll end up. We'll end up seeing Captain Rex at least in Ahsoka. Definitely, we'll see him in Ahsoka.
man, I'm hoping.
I think so.
I
I
mean,
think so.
I've already seen a couple of fan films where they try to make him as realistic as possible, and it looks pretty
Yeah.
cool, man. So
Well, I mean, there's so many fan films, dude, but they're all awesome. Honestly, I mean, listen, anything that's like fan films are always the best because it's giving you what the fans really want, you
and
know?
guys, we're gonna have that on our channel. We're gonna call it Force Fridays fan films. So
Yep.
where recommendations okay, to watch something, and we'll give our full attention to it and full reactions to it. Um, we like this stuff, man. We love supporting small creators. We love Star Wars. I mean, we're just fans, man. So we just love this
That's
stuff.
yeah, I mean, that's all it is. I mean, we definitely try to push the narrative. Listen, either you have a big following or small following. We're all here for, one thing, and that is to promote Star Wars content because we all love Star Wars, and that's what it's about, is creating that fan base and just creating that moment of talking about this stuff, that's
Yeah,
what makes it so interesting and awesome.
yeah, and I mean, it gets me out of a jive to talk about it.
Yeah.
It definitely brings my spirits up. And then talking with you, Rob. I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is a great way. And all of you guys, all of the subscribers out there, um, all the followers as well.
Yeah.
It's awesome to have the opportunity to not only conversate but to talk about all this stuff, guys. Excited about Bad Batch. Excited
Yes.
about what's to come. The
So
book of
excited.
Boba. Let's see who they incorporate. Let's see who they bring in. Super excited about that. We know we drifted a little off to like what we wanted to see and other stuff, but
Come
again,
on, everybody's excited for Ahsoka, so we had to kind
yeah.
of dive off into that.
So excited. Thank you, Disney. We got to give a shout out to Disney Plus because
They
it's
gave
gonna
us a
be it's
whole
it's
bunch
gonna
of
be a lot of
content
stuff.
coming up.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna have a lot of cool stuff where maybe we watch an episode together on the channel.
We'll go
So that
live. We'll go
yeah, we'll probably
live.
go live if anything.
Go
So,
live.
anyways, we thank you guys. Again, hit that like button. Also hit that bell so you can get notifications when we get new videos out. Hit the subscribe button. And then this guy will work up the algorithm. Don't worry about it. We don't need that too much. He'll figure it out.
Yes, guys. Yes. Spread the word, guys. Spread the word of the Solos Post. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everything. And we just want to say, guys, may the force be with you.
May the force be with you guys.
Bye, guys.